Good evening and salutations, my Days of Our Lives fans. So, here's the thing. A lot didn't really happen in this episode. And you have three stories going on. You have Abby and Gwen, which, let's be honest, it's just pretty much Gwen being fake to Abby. You know, to tell you the truth, I lost track of how many weeks she's been doing this plan that no one's aware of, as far as, like, her details and, like, why she doesn't like her. So, we got that going on. And, you know, I'm just going to cut straight to the chase. Nothing happens between those two. It's just Gwen sitting there asking Abby about her family, about Jack and Jennifer, about their love, about, you know, talking a little bit about Jake, talking about Chad, his relationship with his dad. That's it. It's just the same. I'm being fake for an hour because, honestly, to tell you the truth, I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting kind of tired of it. I'm really getting kind of tired of it. Like, I really wish they just get to the point where we find out why Gwen doesn't like Abby so much. I really want that to happen. And I'm still waiting. So, yeah, that happens. And then we got... What else we got? We got, Chad talking to the doctor. Rolf? I think that's his name, Rolf. Pretty much his doctor just wants to know about the chip that, Chad has. And we get this long hour journey of pretty much Chad just stalling at this point. Because the point is, Chad burnt this chip. Now, this chip is supposed to contain his dad's essence. I'm not even going to get into the science behind that. But the point is that Chad was like, well, me and my brother, we burnt it. And so at this point, Rolf is like, well, since my trip here has been pointless, I might as well just kill you at this point. So he points the gun at Chad, and then the scene ends. Let's see, we got Eli and Lonnie. I'm not gonna lie, it was almost kind of pointless to them being there, except for towards the end. You know, Lonnie just talks about Kristen and, you know, why is she doing what she's doing. And Eli's just not saying anything because, you know, we're just gonna keep this lie going on. Until it blows up in his face, and it will blow up in his face. Now we got the other side of the town. We got Marlena and Orpheus. You know, Orpheus comes in and he needs Marlena to do something. And, you know, he talks about, you know, in this episode, he pretty much talks about all the different ways he's tried to torture her. As far as, you know, planting a bomb, burning her, and I think Kayla alive. I mean, this guy is definitely something else. I'm trying to think of the other guy. Let me pause it for a second. Jerry Jacks. That's who he kind of reminds me a little bit of. Of course, Jerry Jacks was really crazy, but Orpheus, I have a feeling he can give Jerry Jacks a run for his money. I give him that much. But anyway, you know, he's just going over, you know, the different ways that he tried to torture Marlena and stuff like that. And then in the end, he's like, I need your help to do something. And of course, Lonnie comes by, but, you know, he makes sure that Marlena gets rid of Lonnie. And then he's like, listen, you either help me with this project, or I'm going to go in the other room and I'm going to kill your husband. So you're going to choose option A, right? Cool. Alright, good. And that's what winds up happening. And then on the other side of town, I think I might have miscounted. It might have been 4 stories. We got Ben and Clyde. We got Ben and Clyde. And pretty much what ended up happening is Clyde knows exactly what Ben is about to do. You know, the minute he walks out, he's like, yeah, so you plan on killing somebody, right? Plan on killing that guy who offed your wife, girlfriend? Let me just take care of that for you. In this point, I mean, in this scene, it pretty much seems like, you know, Clyde has been a terrible dad to sit there and say none of these. Absentee father. I don't really know their story. But basically, he's doing what he can to look out for Ben as far as even helping to kill the guy who killed Ciara, maybe, I guess. And you know, what else happens? You know, Ben is like, oh, well, I talked to the ghost or hallucinated, you know, Ciara, and she told me the same thing, and well, I pretty much didn't listen to her, so why would I listen to you for? Literally, that's what happened. But, I think he might have did somewhat of a good job as far as talking him down and stuff. Helping him at least go through his feelings. And then Eli shows up. And, then they kind of just freeze for a minute. And that's it. I mean, literally, like, the show ends at that point, I think. So yeah, really a lot didn't happen. I mean, it was cool seeing Raph again. I mean, not Raph, Orpheus again. I think when I first started watching it, like actually sitting down watching it, I watched it when Orpheus kidnapped John. And I loved their back and forth duo or whatever. And there's something about Orpheus that seems like he is just textbook soap opera villain, you know. Just the whole monologues and everything like that. And, you know, the darkness, I'm bringing the darkness to your town. I'm like, okay, Orpheus, yeah, that was kind of a bit too much, but sure, whatever. But yeah, other than that, that's really about it. It was, again, not a lot happened, and I think my two least favorite scenes was Gwen and Abby, because it didn't go anywhere, except for the fact that, yeah, Abby is definitely ride or die. And you know what, listen, I was reading the comment section, and people were, you know, this one person was talking about how Abby is a better wife, girlfriend than Sarah is. And I completely agree, you know? Because Sarah, okay, at this point the review's over, I'm just going to kind of just ramble, I guess, for a minute. Sarah's the type of person that's like, you do what I say, otherwise, you know, she's the ultimatum type, you know? Be a good boy for me, do this for me, no, you can't do that, that's wrong, that's bad. I mean, yeah, you know, listen, I get it, she doesn't want to go out with a guy who's unscrupulous, but, like, you know what kind of person that Xander is. So for you to sit there and be like, oh, well, I'm going to do this, I'm going to deny you sex, and this, that, and the third, it's just like, after a while, it's like, ugh. Like, it just, I feel like if I was Xander, I would feel so stifled and controlled and, like, just suffocated. Is the best way I could sit there and describe it. That's how I would start to feel after a while. I was like, oh, before I do this, I sit there and check with her to make sure it's okay, or I should sit there and make, like, So yeah, definitely Abby is much more of a better companion than Sarah. Even though I sit there and nickname her Hot Sarah, I'm gonna be honest with you. After a while, the hotness appeal, the sex appeal, would start to wear off if I was constantly just having somebody just in my ear all the time telling me this is bad and that's bad and this bad and that's bad. It's like, after a while, it's like, God. But I don't know. That's just me. Anyway, thanks for listening to me ramble. Otherwise, this would have been like 5 minutes. Because again, nothing happened. But if something did happen, let me know. Every once in a while, I will kind of forget certain things like I did yesterday. And I apologize for that. But yes, let me know what you thought of this episode. What was your favorite part? What was your favorite scene? How many siblings does Chad actually have? And are any of them alive? Because I would definitely like to see them. Anyway, be safe. I will catch you in the next review.